I was hearing myself eating on one of our podcasts recently, and I was like, I don't like that sound.
Why are you listening to our podcast?
I like to listen to them back.
Don't listen to them back. Do them and forget about them.
I might stop
That's
listening.
always been, yeah, do stop listening.
I might stop listening to
That's
them
always
back.
been our mentality.
Yeah.
I've carried that mentality like from the Inbetweeners.
Yeah.
Where we just, and I genuinely think it does make, I genuinely think it stops you going mental, but it also makes your work better.
Yeah.
So whenever I do a podcast, whenever I do a TV show, way back when we were doing the Inbetweeners, and I think we all had the same mentality where it was like, oh, I forgot people were going to see this.
Oh, fuck it. Honestly, magazine articles would come out and I'd be like, oh, yeah, God, that was cool. Like, we were very rude.
Yeah.
We were
young and very, we were so excited.
But the thing is that, like, all of that was good and fine. Like, it was just like, you can start to see stuff that isn't there if you just keep on.
I think we're all right.
I think we're right.
I think we're okay. I
suppose in the end, you either sort of I'm contradicting myself here, but like you either trust your judgment or you don't. But like for example, I get thrown by stuff. Yeah, right. I was doing a stand-up gig once, and it was like an hour, and at one point I made that gesture, and I was like, has that become like a kind of far right gesture now? And I've got the audio of me doing this gig, and I can literally hear
the
moment
panic.
Where I'm like, and
I should probably say for our audio listeners, Joe was just doing a sort of
the okay sign.
Yeah, the okay sign.
You know, that divers make and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, and it's like, now the thing is, I didn't do that with any bad intention.
No.
And yet I was, does that mean I'm in this? And the point is, it did totally fuck up that gig.
Right. So stop listening to the podcast.
I will never listen to this podcast again, and neither should any of you.
Don't say that. Definitely don't say that. No. We got Katie on it. We got
I know.
It's fine.
Yeah, I know.
It's fine. Also, I genuinely think that we're in a great position because I think that being from the Inbetweeners and just how the fact that the like a big part the reason why the Inbetweeners was such a success was because of the people watching it. Yeah. I don't subscribe to that theory of being like, well, the Inbetweeners was good, so that's why you watched it. I think it was. I think there was a lot of people in the early days that told all their mates to go and watch the Inbetweeners, and that's why we ended up where we ended up, which is absolutely brilliant. And I think
we are very lucky with that.
Yeah, and I think I think we belong to Britain. No, I think we belong to this country. People put their arm around us. They're like, oh, don't worry, they're a couple of idiots. People are cool with us. We're like the country's little idiot brother.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, he's got I remember when a couple of my mates had little brothers and stuff.
You got passed to him.
They were genuinely quite funny, and they wanted to hang out with us. And they would just be sort of wheeled out and be like, yeah, watch my brother do this, and they'd do something to try and impress us. That's what we are. People don't take any notice of what we've actually got to say. People don't take it seriously.
I think it's funny because the thing is, I'm an older brother in real life, so I think I find it difficult to be like the younger. I'm always like, no, I know I'm aware I'm not a serious person. Yeah. But I'm always like, no, I'm serious. But I think the reason, to the extent, what am I saying?
I think people are already locked and loaded to be like, oh, don't take them too seriously. Which is a great position to be in.
Well, that would be...
You shouldn't really take... apart from a couple of things, you shouldn't really take anything too seriously.
Well, yes, I think I probably agree with that. I don't think life should be taken too seriously.
No.
I mean, I think also I just do take it seriously. So it's
easier said than done, don't get me wrong.
It's easier than done. Yeah. I think I don't practice what I preach. I say don't take it seriously, and then
I don't practice anything that I preach. I'm genuinely someone who, I've got mates and they're always like, you've got some good, you've genuinely got sage advice. You've genuinely got a great outlook, and I'll talk to you about a problem, and then you'll make it seem really simple for me and really cut out all the bullshit. And I think I'm really good on the outside looking in. And I feel like I've done that with you. I've had conversations with you, and you've panicked about something. I've gone, don't worry worry about it. Everything's going great.
No.
We're going to do this. We'll do that. It'll be fucking brilliant. Don't you know?
Yeah.
But I don't have that.
No,
I don't
I
don't project that on myself.
Well, it's hard. Yeah, I mean, it's difficult, isn't it? It's hard to it's hard to take the advice that you would give someone else.
Yeah.
But I agree. I think your advice to others is pretty good in my experience.
I think it's just all about simplifying stuff. I think when it comes down to it, at the end of the day, if you're out of the rain, you got some food, that's comfy place to sit.
Yeah.
Got a TV. What more is there really? What more could you really want?
No, I do sort of. I had a little mantra when I was in my 20s, which was, if you don't want to do something, you don't have to do it. Don't do it. And I think I was aware after I just wasn't really doing anything. But I mean,
but also if you do follow,
when I look at people,
if you do follow that philosophy, you might come to a point where you go, nothing matters. I don't really have to do anything.
Well, most people who seem to have achieved some kind of enlightened state of mind, generally they seem like they're kind of like nuns or like monks or
Buddhists.
Something. And they don't really do anything.
Yeah, the Buddha. I mean, that's famously what he sat by a tree for about 4 years or whatever it was. I don't think it was 4 years.
Well,
but he did. But that was the whole starting of a whole religion. Was he sat by a tree?
Yeah.
He got visited by some demons or something, and he just didn't pay attention to them. I think I'm simplifying. There's a chance. There's a really big chance that I might be simplifying. But he reached enlightenment. And enlightenment basically was
the idea of being visited by demons and actually
you need air, food, and water.
Yeah, yeah.
And the rest is all just sort of a Brucey
I
bonus.
like the idea of of ignoring the demons. I think that's a good piece of advice. And we do live in a world, don't we, where it's like you're constantly being told there are demons there. Like you're constantly being like I was listening to Yuval Noah Harari,
of course,
wrote *Sapiens*.
Yeah, *Sapiens*. I was about to say,
and he was saying that, like,
was it him that wrote? Yeah, no, it was. Yeah, he wrote *Sapiens*.
He wrote *Sapiens*, and like he was sort of saying how, in a kind of in a I suppose like a state of nature, essentially. If you were,
I mean, I've already read this, but explain it to the audience that are listening.
That if you were an early human just kind of walking across like the African plain, most of it's fairly boring. You're like, oh, there's kind of a shrub there, and then there's kind of like, maybe a bird in the sky, and you're kind of quite bored. And of course. Well, actually, that's a bad example.
Chill out, guys.
Okay. And then you see a snake,
right?
And you're like, that has to. If that doesn't command your entire attention, you'll die. So it's really, really important. Like evolutionarily, your biology is designed to make you pay complete 100% attention to that snake. And he basically said, and when you're on Instagram, it's basically just going snake, 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 snake. Right. I mean, it's a point that I've heard other people make, but I just liked how he made it particularly. And it is that brilliant. Instagram? It is snake, snake, snake.
He's very insightful.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
What's his name again?
Yuval Noah Harari.
Yuval Harari.
Yeah. And he... Yeah. But what were we saying? Oh, yeah.
No, we're just...
the point is,
we're not got to the podcast yet. We can just talk about bollocks for a little while.
Yeah, it's fine. Well, the point is, like...
Buddhism, that's an offshoot of Hinduism, right?
I don't know. I genuinely don't know. It's not one of the big three monotheistic religions.
I thought that I think it's actually accepted that Hinduism is the oldest practicing religion.
I thought it was Zoroastrianism.
But I think Zoroastrianism...
That sounds old. I mean, the thing is that there you're like, well, that's the oldest one, obviously. Like, that's, come on, Zoroastrian.
Yeah, because that's what, like, the Persians and stuff were
yeah. And it's just because it's got a Z in it, and you're like, well, it's, clearly.
Xerxes and them lot, they were, who were, by the way, well, all right.
The Persians.
The Persians.
Right.
Yeah, they were sort of, a lot of the time, they were seen as liberators more than conquerors.
Where were they?
And when they did that, so they had that big thing with Greece. Well, I say Greece, it wasn't Greece at the time, but Athens and Sparta.
The people that we would think of as like the ancient Greeks.
But that big the 300 battle.
Oh yeah. It's what the Odyssey is about, and the other one, the Iliad.
Iliad, yeah, of course.
There's 2 epic poems.
Yeah.
And I think they're both about those. I haven't read them. Friends of mine who do
Thermopylae?
Yeah, Thermopylae.
Thermopylae?
Sorry, I'm just hearing Monopoly.
Monopolies? Yeah, the Battle of Monopoly.
There was a little bloke in a top hat with a monocle.
Yeah.
And he kept the Persians at bay.
That's right.
No, but the Persians are like, well, all right. Because Athens and Sparta were like, oh, we don't want to get involved in them lot. They're going to come over here in a minute. They're taking over the world so far. And they're awful. They've got all slaves and stuff like that. First of all, they didn't have slaves. All their stuff. I mean, they might have had slaves, but all of their buildings that were built and things like that, and all the infrastructure and everything were paid specialists, paid people that, you know, masons and whatnot. They weren't slaves.
Yeah.
And then secondly, when they conquered you, they'd be like, oh, if you want to get involved in what's it called? Zoroastrianism.
Yeah, Zoroastrianism.
If you want to get involved, cool. But if you want to practice your religion, no, you know, we don't give a fuck. It's up to you. And loads of people were like, oh yeah, they're cool. Like what? Like they were like literally like they would liberate people. They were generally quite liberal, which is sort of quite. It goes against, I suppose, the narrative. That we have in the Western world of the Middle East.
Yes.
Being sort of strict, sort of, you know.
Well, yeah, I mean, we tend to have this dichotomy of like the West.
Like, oh, women can't drive and stuff like that.
Yeah. Was it called like, when I was at university, there was this phrase, the West and the rest, which seemed to be bandied about. But I think as a kind of, that's how people in what they think of as the West think about the world. Like there's always that tendency in history, to contrast yourself, who's right, with everyone else who's wrong. But it's funny with just a little touch, wasn't it?
Was there a little touch? I didn't think.
Little toe touch.
They have their own little world, don't they? Hello. What are they on about? Mummy and Daddy talking again.
Which one of us is Mummy?
Oh, who is it? Oh, we're both.
I think we're both Mummy.
We're both Mummy. Neither of us are ready to.
We're in a lesbian relationship.
We're in a lesbian relationship.
And then our children are our shoes.
And our children are our shoes. No, that's all right. They've got their own little children's table down there. What's it talking about?
I don't know.
I can't remember.
I don't know at all.
Well, yeah, I mean, the thing is that if you have like a large structure that kind of dominates over this, sort of in a way links back to this other thing I've been listening to, Goliath's Curse. Goliath's Curse is a book.
What's that?
It's a book about states and civilizations, and it's like you can kind of look at them. You can look at ostensibly benevolent civilizations and say this is actually a structure of domination. Even like, you know, what we would call civilized liberal states are still in the end ways of dominating people. And you could also look at other types of, but you could also look at it the other way. Like, and there's quite a lot of examples in history of like empires that, because they were like a bit weak and kind of weren't really able to police things very well, were actually quite a nice place to live. Like, I think the one that everyone was going on about a few years ago was the Austro-Hungarian Empire.
Yeah.
And what was that Wes Anderson film, Hotel Budapest? Because the Austro-Hungarian Empire, although it was an empire and it had an emperor and wasn't like maybe a democracy in the strictest sense, I think in hindsight, it wasn't a particularly strong empire. Well, so you kind of do what you wanted, and like there was quite a lot of diversity. And actually, compared to a lot of the stuff that came along afterwards, it starts to look quite good. And I think
it's like the famous thing from Life of Brian, isn't it? When it's like the Romans.
Yeah.
What have they done for us?
It. Yeah. Well, yeah, roads. Yeah. No, I think it is often a bit like that. But it's interesting how people think of states, because I think you can look at them. It's almost entirely in the eye of the beholder. Some people seem to see them as entirely sort of structures of oppression. Then other people are like, well, yeah, but I wouldn't want to live in a place that didn't have a state. It seems like there's quite a lot of political ideologies seem to be like, oh, if we could just get rid of it, And you're like, well, do you really want to get rid of it? I mean, anyway. But then in a way, they are maybe in the end structures of domination. What I'm saying is I want to be dominated.
Yeah.
That's what I'm really saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I do too. I don't mind it.
It's fine. It's absolutely fine.
I do like being told what to do. It makes my life easier.
Yeah. Maybe states just need domination, but we just need a safety word as citizens. That's what we need, isn't it?
Yeah, we just need a little sort of...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, keep taxing me, but then when I say banana, you've got to stop. That's it.
The problem is, though, is that you end up in a situation like the League of Gentlemen, where what was that episode? Where I think they run a B&B or something. That couple that run a B&B, but they're like into sort of dominatrix and sex games and stuff. Yeah. And they end up in those sort of little rubber chambers where they're all getting air through a tube, and this bloke who's just sort of like, his wife's well into it and he's not, and he sort of goes, I haven't watched it for years, but he's like, I'm just going to pop to the shops. And as he walks out, he like kicks off the pump like the plug that keeps giving everyone air, and there's about 20 people that just die, that just suffocate in his B&B.
Oh God, League of Gentlemen was full on, wasn't it?
League
it was
of Gentlemen, man, so good. League of Gentlemen is so good. They're real heroes of mine. All those guys, absolutely brilliant.
They felt like they went.
I remember when
slightly unsung because the Office came along so soon afterwards. Then it was just everything was about the Office, and like not unsung, but I felt like they were maybe slightly gazumped by the Office and everything, and that was and that was all kind of like.
I think they were a lot more romantic than the Office. Like that third series of the League of Gentlemen, where every episode sort of happens in the same day, and it all meets at the end at that car crash or whatever it is. Yeah, it's genuinely genius. Like it really, really is. Like that is like, that's peak. Like if I was to write something, it would be fucking set in a swimming pool or something.
I think
I would just sort of, I don't know. I would just be like, oh, here's a situation, and I'll write about that. Whereas they just sort of really went to places. I
think as a young person, it was easier to look at The Office and go, I could probably write something like that.
It's way more accessible.
Like, I know people as well. Like,
it's way more accessible.
It was the kind of thing where people go, oh, this is like the kind of thing I would have written. Do you know, like, and you're like, well, yeah, of course you never would have done. But like, whereas
the League of Gentlemen, it was very uncomfortable. It was really, really uncomfortable because there was a lot of tragedy going through all the characters. They all had a really, really, and I think that's where you should go with comedy. I think you should.
Have you seen?
I think the best way to deal with tragedy and to deal with and stuff going on in your own life is to be able to. I know it's easy, as I say, it's easier said than done, but to find the funny side of stuff and to be a little bit like, well, if I was looking at this could be a sitcom right now. I've dealt with stuff that's gone in my life, and I've been like, fucking hell, this would be funny if it was written down.
I think both comedy and tragedy are to some extent to do with getting away from denial and moving towards kind of acceptance.
But you got all those characters, the fucking, who's the guy that, the sort of local DJ or something that wants to get the band back to creme brulee. And it's so heartbreaking. It's so sad.
They're really, really interested in that kind of like bygone era of entertainment. Like, go on, let's have a laugh. I've got all the old gear with me. Look, we could get it out. Have a bit of do all the old songs again.
Oh, fuck off.
And there is. But I think.
I mean, the town's called Royston
there is. I
Vasey.
can't remember the words you use. You say more romantic.
Yeah, there's something.
They are. There's more of a kind of. There's a kind of yearning.
Yeah.
There's this kind of like. There's a nostalgia to it and a deep kind of sadness to it.
I thought Monkey Dust was the same as well.
I don't know.
Have you never seen Monkey Dust?
I don't even know what that is.
It was like, it's a cartoon. It's a sketch cartoon. It's absolutely brilliant. It's not fucking laugh a minute.
No.
It's really, really grim. It's basically Black Mirror about 20 or 25 years before Black Mirror was a thing.
Oh, right. Okay.
And it's really, really grim and dark, but genuinely quite beautiful, quite amazing. Like Monkey Dust is incredible.
Wow.
I can't believe you've not seen Monkey Dust.
I don't think when was it out?
late 90s, early 2000s?
Early 2000s, 2003, the first episode aired. It
Right.
was BBC Three.
Do you know what I'm talking about, Lily?
No, I'd not heard of this, but it looks like it's got a great cast as well.
It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. It's really, really grim.
Wow.
It's really grim, but it's very observant and it makes you. It's a comedy that makes you feel a bit shit about yourself because you're like, oh no, I'm like that.
God.
It's Monkey Dust is genius. I need to look up the people that did that and what they then went on to do.
Just in my head, obviously,
and I assume
it's not about monkeys.
No, it's got nothing to do with monkeys at all whatsoever.
Yeah.
But it was like there's this one long. And it's sketches, and I assume they're all made by different people because a lot of the what word am I trying to think of? The look sort of changes from one sketch to another. It's as if they've been drawn by another person,
right?
And like one of the ongoing things is like this dad who's separated from his wife, and he's down on his luck, and he's got a son. And his wife's moved on, and the bloke that she's with now is such a great guy, and like he'll turn up with like a present for his birthday. And he's like, "Oh yeah, I don't know his name. Jeffrey got me the bigger one of those and stuff." And he's like, "Oh, all right, yeah, that'll be good." And and at the very end, like this goes on for like a whole series or whatever, and at the very end, the dad's just so heartbroken, and he's got his son for the weekend or something. He's like, "I'm just going to go into the other room for a second, son." He fucking shoots himself or something.
Oh my God.
Like it's incredibly dark. It's like
I'm amazed I haven't actually like.
It's like do you remember Blue Jam?
Yeah, I do remember that.
I've got that on DVD, and I couldn't watch it.
Yeah.
I think I watched one episode. He's like Kevin Eldon in it, and
it's Chris Morris, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's very, very strange.
Yeah. It's Chris Morris on steroids. Blue Jam.
Has it got an Aphex Twin soundtrack? I think it's got a lot of kind of like. Yeah,
it's really, really.
Yeah.
The writers are really interesting. So it's a guy called Harry Thompson. He played a part in like big panel shows like Have I Got News for You? And also the news quiz for Radio 4 really early on. And then he's also worked on things like Never Mind the Buzzcocks.
It is very, like Monkey Dust is quite satirical. It's quite sort of...
He helped create Ali G.
Right.
And the other guy is Sean Pye, who worked on Extras.
Right.
He also has worked on a few other little bits, but they're less known. The 11 o'clock show as well, they both worked on together.
Yeah, but that all makes sense. So like... Extras, that sort of like getting into the minutiae of a situation, and Ali G, a cultural. It's basically like it's cultural commentary. It's
sounds great.
You got to watch Monkey Dust. It's really, really. I'm surprised.
And
I can't believe we've never spoken about it before. To be honest, because it was such a sort of big thing for me.
It's British animation as well. Which is, British comedy animation is quite sort of few and far between. I'd say. Like
you got that. American, you got Stressed Eric. Which was really good.
Yeah.
Mark Heap.
Yeah.
Was that. I remember Stressed Eric's, again, it's about a single dad who's got a really stressful job and trying to fucking juggle everything, and everyone basically takes the piss out of him because he's quite mild-mannered and quite meek. And at the end of every episode, he gets so stressed that a vein comes out of his head and strangles him. Like, that's the sort of punchline of every episode.
Okay.
And
sure.
I did a thing with Mark Heap a few years ago, and I went and spoke to him, and because he's fucking brilliant. Like Mark Heap, Kevin Eldon, all those people I absolutely loved a bit.
That is an amazing group.
Like Mark Heap in fucking Brass Eye, when he's talking to the cow or something, he's like, fucking idiot, stupid idiot, stuff like that. And I said to Mark Heap, I said, I got to tell you this story, right? You actually put not him, not, but I was like, you actually put my wife into labour. I was like, she was like due, ready to go and stuff, and we started watching Stressed Eric.
Right.
And she claims to this day, watching that fucking got so intense and stuff that we ended up then having to go to hospital.
That's amazing.
And then we had a baby at the end of it.
Bloody hell. Well, because like, it made her...
It's a stressful watch. It's a
stressful watch, yeah.
It's annoying to watch.
Yeah.
Incredibly hilarious, brilliant characters.
Wow.
The Stressed Eric cartoon is a sort of... it's a partnership between, I assume, some British production company and the people that I think made Rugrats and Real Monsters and stuff like that. Calypso something.
Oh, right.
Okay. We're getting really comedy nerdy now. This is stuff I like. I don't know if people will enjoy listening to this, but I love, like... Because that was the thing. That was the thing.
I've always struggled, apart from The Simpsons... I can never quite get into animation. I don't know why. I think
I really like adult animation. I really do. There's some really good stuff. There's a really bizarre one. I say out now. I'm sure I'm really late to this bandwagon. There's this thing called Smiling Friends, and it's really off the wall and really weird and really bizarre. I think it's like a what's the grown-up Cartoon Network thing called again? Adult Swim or something like that? Yeah, it's sort of that sort of thing. Rick and Morty. Yeah. Rick and Morty's great. You'd love it. If you watch Rick and Morty.
One of my brothers likes Rick and Morty.
You would be well into Rick and Morty.
It's like the Doc and it's
that's
sort of
how it started.
Kind of Back to the Future.
That's how it started. It was Doc and Marty.
Yeah. Okay.
And then they sort of expanded on those characters and they're like, well, we can't call it Doc and Marty. So they called it Rick and Morty, and it's really like Rick and Morty's great. Rick and Morty's brilliant. I actually I was watching Rick and Morty a lot before anyone else in Britain was watching. Yeah. Because an American friend of mine was like, "Oh, you got to check this out," and I managed to sort of get hold of it and stuff. Yeah. And then it became a thing.
I almost have a sense with animation that like there's so much of it that I don't know how to kind of. Because with like The Office, it was like, oh, there's a season, there's an arc to it. When The Simpsons was a slightly case apart, but I'm just trying to work out why I seem to have some massive block watching adult animation. But
I think you'd like Rick and Morty.
Sort of seem to for some reason.
I think F for Family is really good. Bill Murr, is that his name? What's his name? Bill Burr. What's his name?
I think it's Bill Burr.
Bill Burr.
That one's quite sad as well. I remember, feeling quite tragic.
Quite sort of.
Do you think that cartoons tend to be sad because it's a more poignant juxtaposition that it's a cartoon, which would normally be
that's the thing,
Looney Tunes.
But I think that's what you've got in your head. I think it's easy to write off a cartoon and be like, oh well, they're
Yeah, I think
BoJack Horseman.
I love Will Arnett.
BoJack Horseman, you should watch. A bit of that. It's about a bloke that was in a successful sitcom at one point in his life.
Yeah, and now he's not sure to do himself.
And now
how am I supposed to relate to that?
Exactly.
And he's... I mean, the thing about BoJack Horseman was like, is it like some of the people are people and some of them are animals?
It's all nonsense. It's incredible pathos and genuine heart and tragedy disguised as a cartoon.
Yeah.
And I think I love that. I'm well into that. I love all that sort of stuff.
Why do you think that? Why choose to make something a cartoon rather than live action?
Because you can create a world that doesn't exist. You can completely just create a whole.
Yeah.
And you can go to places that you wouldn't be you can't go to on. I think it's a great medium. I think it's a really incredible. I mean, like ask the Japanese, all their anime and things like that. They go to it's all fantasy and some of that stuff. I don't know too much about it. My oldest kid knows more about it than me. He knows a lot more about like Spirited Away and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And but he also then talks to me and he's like, this is all hand drawn. This is all this is all like this was made in 1984 or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's still breathtaking to look at. It's still like you can definitely see there's so much care and thought.
I saw a thing on Instagram which was like
But at the end of the day, it's a cartoon.
Yeah,
so it's sort of
no,
like...
I think I don't know. Maybe I have some kind of inherent snobbery about cartoons. I should probably try and get rid of. But then again, I did always watch Simpsons, so I don't know. Like, there's
The Simpsons traversed it.
They're quite quick. Are they just a bit too quick for me? I think they often seem quite spiky and quite flippant and quite sharp, and in a way that makes me feel like, oh god,
It's like what you were saying before about the Simpsons, how they were so engrossed in the don't sit too close to the TV or rot your brain.
It's so. I think The Simpsons is primarily
it was the MTV generation.
Yeah.
Where everything had to be fucking like bright and yellow and had to be there right then and then. Now we've gone further. Now we've gone even further than that. Like people can't watch something that's longer than 20 seconds now. I've put out Instagram reels that are like 30 seconds long, and you get the analytics and stuff of how well that video's done. And it is like people watch the first 5 seconds and then it just drops off. And
it's weird, isn't it?
But you got to give Monkey Dust a little go. I think it's on. I've got it on iTunes. I don't know if it's still on there. I say iTunes. Is that antiquated now? You don't say iTunes anymore, do you?
There might be a iTunes. I don't know.
Apple TV
Store or something.
Till quite recently I was trying to find iTunes. I was like, where's it?
Yeah, it's called Apple. It's called Apple Music, isn't it?
I think there might be episodes that have been put up on YouTube.
Yeah, go and check it out. It's really good. It's really, really good.
Joe and James, fact up.
I should probably say that just as we did a little cold open there, I needed to go to the loo before we actually started the podcast. So long we were talking for. And you know me, I like a little sit down wee.
Yeah, that's right.
I absent-mindedly just plonked myself on the toilet. The seat was up.
Oh. Yeah. Okay.
The seat was up.
I'm so sorry.
It was all cold.
So you were just on the
I was just on the porcelain. Gave me the shock of my life. I nearly jumped out my skin.
Yeah.
That's what happened to Larry David, wasn't it? In an episode where he hurts his back or something. Because he just falls into the toilet. Anyway,
I always put the seat down. I would just like to put that out.
I never lift the seat up. If I'm at home, I'm not standing to piss in my own house. Sit down, relax, enjoy yourself.
I do on a
Watch a couple of Instagram
basis.
reels or something. Anyway.
I also sit down to wee, just so everyone knows.
Sure.
Yeah.
Let's do the old podcast, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
Here we go.
So girls can't stand to piss at all?
I reckon some could.
I know nothing about the female anatomy at all whatsoever. I remember one time Claire was having Claire's...
Sorry. Just full stop there.
I don't know if I spoke about this on mine and Claire's podcast before, but there was early on, I sort of get the gist of it now, of the situation. But early on when I was going out with Claire, it's the first girl that I've ever lived with, by the way, Claire. And her period started at like an inconvenient time. We were supposed to do something that day or that evening or something. And I said, why don't you just like sit on the toilet and just push it all out in one go?
Fuck's sake.
And she was like, that's not how it works. I was like, what if you really like gave a big push or something? I don't know. I know nothing about women.
Yeah. No, I mean, I don't know very much more, but I know it doesn't. I know you can't do that.
I don't know. I don't know how I'd be able to live if I couldn't, like, stumbling home from the pub or something, just piss in a bush or something like that. Like, that would be such an inconvenience to my life.
Yeah.
Got it lucky, aren't we?
We
should remember that.
Yeah.
Anyway, welcome to Joe and James Fact Up.
This is a funny appendage, but it is helpful sometimes.
It is. It makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Anyway, welcome to Joe and James Fact Up, where each week we'll be bringing facts to one another that we deem interesting, and our policy is the more interesting, the more true it is. We'll also dig into the weird things that you'd like to think are true but don't want to research yourself in a segment that we call Fact Check. We're also doing our tournament at the moment. It's called the World Up. If you think that you've got if you think you've got the best fact, better than anyone else's, then send it in to us.
Put your money where your mouth is.
Absolutely. Our email is hello@joeandjamespod.com. Our WhatsApp is 07822 034 330, and our socials are @joeandjamespod. And you can watch all our episodes in full on YouTube. Just search for Joe and James Fact Up. Now, let's get Fact Up. Okay, so you guys have been sending in some real fact up stuff for us to discuss. I got a message here via the WhatsApp from Sophie and Pete. Is this going to be another one of those situations where it's just definitely from Sophie?
Yeah.
And Pete has just been added to the...
Well...
Yeah.
Who is it? Wasn't it the couple from New York?
Yeah.
And it was just from her.
Yeah. She just stuck his name on it.
What was that?
It's like when you do birthday cards or Christmas gifts, isn't it?
I can't write, so Claire has to write all of those. But is that sketch with Carolina Hearn and Thompson, Steve Thompson? What's his name? Where it was like they were a couple and she'd be rabbiting on and he'd be like, right. And you're like, "Sure, dear."
Okay.
Like,
oh, yeah. Okay.
So Sophie, not Steve, Sophie, and Pete say, "Hello, Joe and James. Thought you might like this as you spoke about E17 on the pod last week." That would have been a while ago, yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Back in 2006, my husband worked in a bar and E17 were booked to do a set at 9 p.m. They sat upstairs drinking and finally came down at 11:15, did one song and then fucked off. Yeah, rock and roll. They left a suitcase in the room that they brought to get ready. They left Henley's tops and Lacoste t-shirts, which were big at the time. So my husband and the other chef stole the t-shirts and wore them for the next few weeks. Love the pod, Sophie and Pete. Not a fact, but thanks.
It's a fact. It's a fact.
Yeah.
We don't always want facts, do we? We want other bits and bobs.
Well, I mean, fair enough, I think.
E17.
Yeah, I like E17. Disappointed by this behaviour.
Whose behaviour?
E17. They should have played more than, one song.
Oh, yeah, in that situation, yeah.
They're playing more than one song.
But they were the bad...
Late to the stage, maybe.
They were the bad boys of pop.
They were the bad boys.
They were street and they were real. They were the anti-Take That.
Yeah.
Who I also love. Love Take That as well. Did you see Robbie Williams? Send me a comment.
Did he send you a comment?
He sent me a comment on one of my Instagram posts.
I did not see
this.
Saying,
"Oh, I saw what you said about me, and I'm a big fan, and it was that was so kind of you."
Oh my goodness!
Yeah,
I was nice about him as well. Where's my Robbie Williams comment?
I don't.
Which just James was nice about him.
Yeah.
I was being nice too.
Sorry.
Not nice enough.
Well, that's lovely.
Yeah, great.
One step closer to getting him on the pod.
Well, maybe do a pod to get rid of me.
E17.
Well, he'll sit in that chair, obviously.
Unbelievable thing to say. They left Henley. I'm not sure what Henley's tops are.
Henley's, yeah. Are they sort of rugby?
Yeah, I remember Henley's. Let me get a picture of them.
And Lacoste. I know what Lacoste is. Obviously, the crocodile.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Henley's had that. Is that right?
Henley's.
Oh yeah, there you go with the text. It kind of looks like something you'd wear on the Inbetweeners.
Inbetweeners, sure.
That's the CBBC version.
Yeah. It's like on the Teletubbies where they have like the mini Teletubbies.
That's the next generation.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm a nerd. I'm stupid. I love the girls. I'm a big pervert. 1, 2, 3. I remember when I first started going out with Claire.
Yeah, that's quite what like Neil would wear.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember when I first started going out with Claire. Claire's mum sent her a text saying, "I'm trying to find The Incredibles on the television. I can't find it anywhere."
Right.
It's the Inbetweeners.
Oh fuck!
Oh,
I'm upset about that.
The Inbetweeners. No, it's both good names.
Listen, don't get me wrong. Stay tuned. There'll be a cartoon called The Inbetweeners.
I want some cash from that. I want some royalties.
We've got a message here from Rebecca. I assume she's going to follow up from our. It says here burying sausages because we were talking about that before.
It's a follow-up.
So we're moving on from these 17. We're just saying fine, acceptable form of payment.
They're just great.
Fine. Sorry.
They're just great. I've said it before. Because I've got both my ears pierced.
Yeah.
I had both ears. I had earrings in because I wanted to be like Brian Harvey from E17. But you got to remember, I was Dagenham, sort of East London. They were real sort of. They were real heroes when I grew up. I was in like primary school and stuff. Anyway, Rebecca's got a message. Hi, the sausage thing is true. Do you know what? I've heard the sausage theory thing outside of the podcast recently, over the last couple of weeks.
Incredible.
Because the weather, it was supposed to rain. And the bride-to-be said, "I will bury a sausage or something." So, yeah, the sausage thing is true. My friend got married last month and she buried a sausage. Not sure if it was raw or cooked.
Okay.
However, the sun was shining all day long for the wedding. Mind you, she did buy some Etsy spells for the weather too.
So what is that? Some spells
Christ.
from Etsy?
Yeah.
You can buy spells?
Yeah, you know about Etsy witches?
No.
So there's witches that live on Etsy and you can buy spells from them.
Okay.
Right.
So like hex your ex-boyfriend or
Yeah,
something.
that's what I want to know.
So
I wanna
Etsy
know
as in the
shop. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's where all the witches are these days.
They're all on Etsy?
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. So it could have been the sausage, could have been the spells.
Rebecca goes on to say, "Love listening to your absolute bullshit, Rebecca in Durham."
Oh, did I not take that bit out?
No, but to be fair, this is accurate.
Very accurate.
It's actually quite polite compared to what it is.
That's what this podcast should have been called.
Absolute bullshit.
Absolute bullshit.
Yeah. So the sausage thing is, so everyone's doing it, it's working.
Wasn't the Inbetweeners going to be called pricks or something? No, dickheads, that was it.
Dickheads, yeah.
No, we can't do that. We can't call a show dickheads.
Chris Young wanted to call it 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh no.
What?
1, 2, 3, 4.
The Inbetweeners, the name of the Inbetweeners show came really, really like it was made, it was ready to go on television, and it got to the point where it was like, what the fuck are we going to call this thing?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think it's a good name.
I think now it's the right name. At the time, I was a bit like, whatever. Like,
There's
you know, when someone says the
name
name of their kid, and you're like, yeah, it's fine. I mean, it's not terror. It's just like that. The child can grow up with that name, fine.
It was. I remember the attitude being very much like, that'll do.
Yeah.
No one's got anything better. No one's suggested anything better than the Inbetweeners, so we'll call it that.
In a way that totally matched the attitude of the
song called The Inbetweener.
Yeah, there is. It's
the Darman Albarn's ex-girlfriend. What was her band called?
Sleeper.
Is it Sleeper?
Yes.
Yeah.
Justine Frischmann. There you go. It's my era.
I think the name helped people understand themselves in their school setting, though.
Yeah, I think that was a very, very lucky coincidence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are like, well, because it's in between sort of adolescence and adulthood, and they're also, they're not the cool kids.
Yeah.
Well, that was the original thing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The original thing was that we weren't the cool kids, but we weren't the geeks.
Yeah.
We were sort of the in-betweeners. But now, when you think about the in-betweeners, they were fucking lunatic. They were they weren't. They were worse than the geeks. The geeks were fine. The geeks were all right.
Yeah.
These boys were creating all kinds of problems for themselves. They should have just got on with some stuff.
Yeah. I mean, There's
a bit of madness to be made in the middle, though, isn't it? When you don't have the attention from either thing.
Yeah. I suppose Ian and Damon always said when they were writing the show, their kind of unofficial motto for the show they always had in their head was teenage boys are dickheads. So I think the idea is that even if you take like a fairly large, like median sample of teenage boys, these aren't even the worst ones, but they'll be like totally hopeless, useless, feckless.
Yeah, we weren't
like they'll fuck everything up.
We weren't the Donovans.
Yeah, I think you have to go quite far to the extremes to find anything other than just the general sort of fecklessness. That's what me and all my friends were, and like, we were kind of comfortably in the middle, but it wasn't like we were even the most losery of that. We were just
there was a pecking order.
There's a pecking order. It's just the middle is very big, basically.
Yeah.
The number of generic teenage boys is most teenage boys.
Yeah,
I think.
I wish I was popular at school. I think my life would have been a lot easier if I was popular at school.
I was popular at school, but I think I did it by
being nice.
Well,
see, I was unpopular, but I was also really sarcastic and had a joke about everything.
I was just a pathetic people pleaser. I was like, I'm going to make sure everyone likes me.
No, I'm going to make sure that people laugh at me and find me funny. I was unbearable at school. I hate bumping into someone I've met from school because I'm just like, oh no. Oh, you remember when, like, I was just a fucking dickhead. But I wasn't popular by any means at all whatsoever. And I was still, like, bullied and stuff. I was still sort of had some problems with all that kind of nonsense. Like, I wasn't a bully at school or particularly mean or anything, but I was just a bit of a sort of, like, I don't know. It was really bizarre. I sort of wanted attention at school. Now I can't think of anything worse. Yeah. I don't want anyone to give me any attention. I'd rather just come and go, not have anyone look at me or anything. Yeah. Whereas at school, I was like, I'm going to be a star one day. Fucking unbearable. Absolutely unbearable. Anyway, I don't have a lot of friends from my actual school anymore. I got friends that I grew up with in my town, but I went to a different school to my town.
You left, didn't you? Right?
Yeah.
At 16?
Yeah, everyone has to. Eventually.
Well, no, you left the town, didn't you?
What's that?
You moved, didn't you?
I did.
Didn't you say your parents moved and then?
Yeah, not long after I left school. Yeah, and I was stuck in a town where I didn't know anyone, or there was no opportunity to meet anyone, and I had to constantly try and find ways to get back to Dagenham. I was like, how do I fucking get back to my mates? Anyway, hey Joe.
Yes.
I don't know if you've heard, but there's a tournament going on at the moment.
Yeah.
Everyone's talking about it.
Everyone's going on about it.
Everyone's like crazy about it.
It's just like every single piece of merchandise in every shop has got this just plastered over it.
Absolutely, yeah. Everyone's cashing in on this tournament.
You've seen those big screens, like in like public spaces where people are like just going to watch
Box Park and stuff. They all want to know what's going on.
Yeah.
They're all outside Wembley at the moment.
Yeah.
Because they want to know what's happening with the World Up.
Yeah.
It is time for what are we, round 4, match 4.
Match 4 of 5.
Match 4 of the World Up 2026.
Yeah.
Hey, we've got a jingle for it.
So many facts, but which one is the best? Only the World Up has the power to decide. It's the World Up, we're gonna find out the greatest. It's judged by James and Joe.
I could at no point could I work out where like the first beat of the bar was.
So we've got three weeks, including this one.
Yeah, so this week, match 5, final.
Yeah, so for the next 3 weeks, we'll be pitting your facts against one another to crown the ultimate fact up fact. It's important, Joe. It is important.
It is important. I mean, we're sort of saying like, what's like the one truth that we can organise everything around.
The world stops, doesn't it? Now that the World Up's happening at the moment, you know, hotel room prices are going through the roof, and people are selling their homes to follow this tournament. So it's a lot like the Battle of Hastings Day, Joe.
It is much
where everyone just stops everything that they're doing.
It is.
You know, people are stopping work right now because they're like, we've got to tune in to Joe and James because we've got to find out the facts.
All those people having sickies.
Well, but even the bosses are going.
Yeah, sure.
Fair enough. Go on.
Well, they're bloody watching it as well.
No, yeah, that's
why.
Yeah. So, Joe, I think
the manager's doing it.
And
that's the boss. So, what sort of day is it?
We're in Heat 4.
Here we go.
We're in Heat 4. Is that what the actual World Cup's being called, do you reckon?
The what?
It's a football tournament.
Heat.
It's a soccer tournament.
It sounds rubbish.
Because it's sort of America, Canada, and Mexico.
They're probably.
It's not group stages, is it? It's like heats.
Yeah.
And
they probably call the teams like freshmen.
Yeah. And they're going to get to the playoffs. And it's going to be a disaster.
Bet they're feeling pretty embarrassed that it's been scheduled at the same time as this.
I think it's going to be terrible.
They weren't to know.
I think the coverage of the World Cup's going to be. Everyone's going to find it really annoying. But don't worry, because we've got the World Up. Yep. Joe, who have we got first?
Well, this fact comes from Charlotte via WhatsApp.
Right.
Okay. There's a chicken named Mike.
We can't do this one.
Why?
What? Well, it is on. It's on the Ricky Gervais show, but like,
I know, but we talk about the Ricky Gervais show.
But
too
we haven't.
much.
We haven't specifically done this.
We
fact.
definitely have.
We haven't. I don't think we
haven't
have.
done this. We haven't
I
done
don't
this.
think we.
Oh no.
I don't.
It's been sent in. And I thought it was good.
So Charlotte, who has also listened to the Ricky Gervais show, has given us their fact. Here we go.
There's a chicken named Mike that survived for 18 months after its head was cut off because part of its brainstem was still intact.
Yes.
It was fed with an eyedropper.
That's correct.
Also, I met Joe after his show in Falmouth last year. He was a most lovely man. That's nice.
You are lovely.
Oh, thank you.
You are very lovely.
Charlotte from Redruth, Cornwall.
Charlotte, good fact. We already know, and everyone listening to this already knows that that's true. It's a strong fact. It became a sideshow, didn't it? It became a sort of a tourist attraction.
Yeah. He
used like a pipette to drop nutrients and proteins and stuff into its hole.
Yeah.
I'll tell you something though. Here's one thing that I always think whenever I re-listen to the podcast, the Ricky Gervais podcast.
Yes.
But I never follow up. I never sort of go, I should really look that up. So the brainstem was intact. So was there still a bit of the chicken's head flapping about?
No,
I assume the brain was in the skull.
I think the idea is that
did he chop it wonky or something?
The central nervous system, such that is the brain, but also even in humans, some of it is in kind of the upper spinal column, like some of the machinery.
I saw a thing
it's not all just up here. Some of it's kind of down here.
A thing came up for me on Instagram the other day where a bloke was like, he went to the doctor or something. He went to hospital and he was like saying, I've got pins and needles in my legs and things. And they were like, we can't work it out. It must be a nervous thing. So they did like a CT scan of his brain and it's fucking hollow.
Oh,
he's got like a bit of brain going round his skull, but the inside of the brain, he's got like a brain. If you had a model of a brain, like a porcelain model where they just sort of used some sort of mold or something. Yeah. That's what he had. The inside of his brain, like 90% of his brain, wasn't there, and still to this day, people like scientists and doctors are like, how the fuck has he got to this point in his life?
I feel like I've heard a similar story as well. I think the brain is incredibly good at repurposing neurons.
So making connections somewhere.
So if you can recover from brain damage because the brain will kind of move it somewhere else. Or
that was sort of lobotomies in a way, wasn't it? They take out a chunk of the brain or they put a spike in the brain and sever some stuff. But they'd still, even though they weren't completely normal, but they'd still, walk about and stuff.
I feel like I've heard that story or like, or maybe a similar story. But I mean, with this one, it's just.
Do you want to see a picture of him?
Yes, please.
Yeah, I'm sure I've already seen a picture of him.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
His face kind of looks like, and I hate to say it, anus.
It's a bit like it, yes.
It's like a beaver's anus a little bit.
Well, there you go.
Which will do this fact some favours.
Yeah.
So that's a strong fact.
Beaver anus might start freaking out when it sees its doppelganger.
It might.
Like, oh my God, I thought that was...
Listen, it might it might shit it in the final. When it gets to squeaky bum time, let's see how squeaky the beaver's anus is.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's a true... We all know this fact. It's a great fact. It's brilliant.
And
it comes,
to me, the fact that it comes via, the Ricky Gervais show, it's fine. It's via Pilkington.
Yeah. I think it does it favours, especially on this podcast and our listenership. Hey, Joe,
is there anything else that we can sort of?
It's sort of cut and dry, that one. It's been we're going over really, really well trodden ground here.
How long do you think you would last without your head? If you could, if I had the bit of the, do I have the little?
Well, you'd have to see how many times I blink. Just count how many times I blink, and then that's Pilkington.
Pilkington's got a really good.
Pilkington was obsessed with beheading.
He was obsessed with beheading. What was really good is that in one version he says that the head got cut off, and when it was in the basket, it blinked a certain number of times to see how long, and that was a kind of genuine experiment. But then in another version of the story,
was there a body walking?
He kind of misremembers it and says that the body without the head continued to walk. They say he's got it that they painted a line on the ground and it was like walking along.
How many steps?
And he says that by the end it sort of just couldn't be bothered. And it was like the reason why people don't do things in the end in Carl Pilkington stories is always because they can't be bothered. It's like he just sort of couldn't be bothered doing it anymore, and it was just getting a bit annoyed. I know he said that was the head. No, and then there's another version where he said, no, the first version. So the blinking is the correct thing. It was the guy, he was a scientist, he was beheaded, he said, I'm going to keep blinking. So,
was he beheaded because of like sort of crimes against God or something?
Yeah, something like that, probably. Or frankly, probably just because he was still, maybe if it was the French Revolution, it might even have been the other way round. It might have been that he was still practicing Catholicism and they said, no, you can't do that anymore. Anyway, so whatever. No, but then he was a scientist.
Yeah.
Don't know.
Anyway, that's the reaction after listening to the Ricky Gervais podcast. Yeah, I remember listening to it when years ago when I listened to it the first time. It was like me trying to connect the dots.
Yeah,
with Carl Pilkington, me helping him as a listener. I'd help him. Yeah, because Gervais and Merchant would be like, "Come on, mate."
Yeah. So in real life, it was that the scientist was blinking. Pilkington had it when it was just the head.
Yeah,
he said. They chucked a load of questions at it.
Yeah.
And it was answering. And then he said by then it couldn't be bothered to answer.
But isn't the funny
amazing that it just
the funny thing about that is like, oh, what's that story that you said about the beheading?
Yeah.
And he had gone from blinking to oh yeah, and it was chucking a load of questions at him.
And then after that it becomes that the body is walking along a line.
Yeah. They drew a line on the floor.
Anyway, so yes.
Hey, listen.
I think it's the detail that always stands out to me is that it was called Mike. It's just a sort of quite kind of bog standard name.
Yeah,
really, sort of like.
But it's a brilliant fact.
Yeah, and with an eyedropper. Yeah,
and we know it to be true anyway.
And although I'm sort of predisposed to put Charlotte through because she's said I was a lovely man in Falmouth. So
yeah,
you know what I mean? So,
that's brownie points.
You know.
Well, listen, let's take a little ad break. And then we'll find out what Mike the Headless Chicken is up against after some stuff that you can buy, I suppose. Go and buy some stuff. Why not? Joe, we are right. That was halftime. That was the halftime whistles.
Yeah.
The halftime whistle's just gone. Maybe we could do a little whistle.
Some sound effects.
Sound effect or something. Yeah. I don't know. This is one of those situations where me and Joe should be more involved and maybe give you some ideas.
That's okay. The good thing about recording
instead of getting towards the end of the tournament and being like, hey, it'd be good if we did this and did that.
But maybe we'll do all that, and then by this episode, everyone will understand why.
Brilliant.
So that's nice.
This one, I do like this name. So, Joe, we were just talking about Mike the Headless Chicken. We're going to find out now who Mike is up against.
Yeah.
And this one comes from Monty. I like that name.
Yeah, I like it. Monty.
What's the first thing you think of?
Monty Don. Yeah.
Oh, Monty Don.
Yeah.
Oh, Monty Python.
No, I wasn't even going to go there.
My great-gran had a dog called Monty.
Monty. That wasn't what I was thinking of either. I was thinking of Burns.
Oh, Monty Burns.
Yeah. Anyway,
they're all.
I see him as a Montgomery.
Yeah, Montgomery Burns.
Yeah, but I think Montgomery more than Monty.
Anyway, Monty via Instagram says a day on Venus lasts longer than a year on Venus. I love stuff like that. I absolutely love that. So it takes Venus longer to turn than it does to go around the sun.
Exactly.
Which is amazing.
That is amazing. It is amazing.
Have you seen those?
I mean, it seems a shame. It's going to be difficult for us to. Maybe do you think we'll ever experience that? This
is the group of death.
This is the group of death.
This is a real group of death. Yeah. Both these facts.
They are both quite
should maybe go through.
They're both quite Gervaisian as well. Actually, I think they like all space and stuff, don't they? As well.
I love space stuff. Have you seen the pictures? Do you remember Do you remember? It was before we were born. But
when they went to the moon?
No, when the Soviets sent a ship down to Venus.
No.
And took pictures of the surface and stuff like that. It lasted for about half an hour or something before it was completely destroyed by the
So it
conditions.
just got burned up, but it did send some stuff back.
Yeah, but it got to the surface. It went to Venus's surface.
That's amazing.
And I think, is there a lot of pressure on Venus or something? There's something going on Venus. It's so unhospitable, Venus, because that's the irony. It was always like Earth's twin. Like when they first started doing astronomy and stuff like that, a lot of people theorized that Venus was another Earth. But it is so like this fucking, it's chock full of sulfur and all sorts. And it's awful. I wouldn't want to go there on holiday.
Also, you could spend a whole year there.
And you wouldn't even be a day.
If you book 7 nights in a hotel on Venus, bloody hell. Can I recommend, there's a really nice song, it's for children really, about planets.
Go on.
It's Nursery Rhymes 1, 2, 3, the Planet song. It's really good.
Do you want to sing it? Do you want to sing it for us?
I'll sing it. So it goes, the one about Venus. So it goes, I am the sun, I'm a burning ball of fire, I'm very big.
Hang on a minute. Isn't that just our house is a very, very,
no,
very big
no,
house?
no, I don't think so.
Our house is a very, very, very nice house.
Anyway, the verse about Venus goes, I am Venus, I'm the same size as the Earth, but I spin the other way.
It does,
and much more slowly. I have no water, I am Venus. It goes like that. It's a nice song, I just think, for anyone.
It's really lovely.
Lovely song, isn't it?
Really nice.
Yeah.
It does spin the opposite way, though.
Yeah.
It does. I think there's only like a couple of
other way
planets in the solar system. There's one planet that's a bit wibbly wobbly that goes all over the place. I can't remember which one that is.
Has it got an elliptical orbit? Is that what you?
No. Maybe the way it spins, it's sort of.
Oh really?
It's a bit like. But there's a thing. There's some sort of thing where after an amount of time, it's sort of like Darwinism in a bit. Like eventually, planets that are all orbiting a star will basically they'll all go the same way. They'll all sort of, unless something drastic happens, they'll all be sort of going the same way. Whereas Venus doesn't. Venus dances to its own drum beat.
Venus is like the goth of the planets. It's like, yeah, fuck it. I got a Comic-Con.
No, that's Uranus, surely.
Yes.
Because it's all cold and dark and spooky.
And they bully it. It's called
Uranus.
They
bully it, yeah. Anyway, that's a great fact. It's a really good fact.
Yeah.
It's come to the point now where we've got to go, whether we've got to go with Mike, the headless chicken, or that a day is longer than. I'm leaning towards the Venus thing just because I love space. I know that the headless chicken fact is brilliant and we love it. And I've got years worth of entertainments out of that.
Maybe just because
and I know that she said that you were lovely.
I'm gonna feel really guilty if we don't put the chicken.
Is that what's gonna get Charlotte into the final, Joe?
No, you know what? I can't.
Are you thinking with your penis?
It has to be objective, doesn't it?
Yeah.
We can't have flattery here, and
No, I say do. Yeah, I say we make our own rules up. We can do whatever we want. We're the governing body of this. This tournament, because I wouldn't mind a bit more flattery. I wouldn't mind a bit more. Here's a fact for you. Also, James, I like the shirt you were wearing the other day. That sort of thing. That might help out. Might help your cause.
That's nice.
Each fact also comes with a little bit of a fact and a compliment.
Yeah.
Lovely package.
Just a fact and a compliment. I mean, that's
Lily May. Little compliment coming your way.
I'd love that.
Yeah,
I mean,
one for Lily May.
You've got to get through me, which I'm putting them through to you.
Yeah, it goes through you first.
Okay.
Yeah.
And compliments will absolutely get you everywhere.
Yeah, we don't even know heaven knows what's happened
So
further up
has there
the
been
chain.
any really good facts that they've just sort of slagged you off a little bit and you've gone, oh, you're not going through then, son?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And loads of people are slagging me off as well. None of them are getting through.
No, they're not.
I mean, I wouldn't slag Lily May off if you want to get anywhere, really.
No, not if I want a podcast to be made.
No.
No, exactly.
Or to have any kind of structure.
Well, look, I'm sure there's.
Still
I'm pretty confident. I'm confident there will have been corruption higher up the chain, but I'm saying it's going to stop now.
You can't have a world tournament without a bit of, without some palms being greased and stuff,
It's just the way that things get done.
Mm-hmm.
That's the FIFA motto.
Certainly was.
Joe, I'll leave it up to you, Joe. I've said who I want to go through. Sorry, my Ring doorbell was going on. I've said who I want to go through. Now it's up to you whether you're a man of conviction.
Ultimately, the podcast has to come first. And I think that because the chicken fact has been well represented elsewhere, I think the World Up, if it's about anything, it is about actually discovering talent. And I think Venus has got it.
Okay. All
right.
right.
Venus, I think you're going to go through.
Well done, Monty. Venus is through to the final. Congratulations.
Well done. We'll have to try and be quite difficult to schedule Venus for the final because obviously we'll say, it's in a week's time and then they'll turn up in 40 years' time.
Yeah.
But we'll try and we'll work it out.
Well, Venus has got 2 Earth weeks to go.
Yeah. So just you work that out.
That's right, isn't it?
Yeah.
From this point?
Yeah.
2 Earth weeks to go. So Venus, we'll leave it with you. Make your own way there.
Okay. Well, let's wrap it up, Joe. That's it for this week.
That's it for this week.
What have we learned? Well, we've not really learned. I know we already knew about the headless chicken, not to discredit it. It's still a fact. It's still a great fact. It's still very interesting.
We've learned about Venus.
About Venus, yeah.
Again,
the days
maybe
are
relearn. Maybe I knew, but it's worth being reminded about time on other worlds.
Absolutely.
We learned about monkey dust.
We did learn about monkey dust. That was good chat.
We hope that you've learned something. Or at least had a nice time. We'll be back next week armed with more facts, chats, and another World Up match. I don't think I did that in the last episode.
Nah, but it's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
Don't forget that you can get in touch with us if you'd like us to fact check something. Our email is hello@joeandjamespod.com. Our WhatsApp is 07822034330. And you can follow us on social media. Our name on social media is @joeandjamespod. And head to the podcast description if you've already forgotten what I said or if it didn't quite make sense. Goodbye, guys. We'll see you next week.
Bye,
Thank you.
everyone. Bye.
Joe and James, fact up.